Putin tells Poland any aggression against Belarus is attack on Russia.
Here's a summary of the article.
Moscow, July 21. President Vladimir Putin on Friday accused NATO member Poland of having territorial ambitions in the former Soviet Union, and said any aggression against Russia's neighbor and close ally Belarus would be considered an attack on Russia. Moscow would react to any aggression against Belarus, which forms a loose union state with Russia, with all the means at our disposal, Putin told a meeting of his Security Council in televised remarks. Warsaw's Security Committee decided on Wednesday to move military units to eastern Poland after members of the Russian Wagner mercenary force arrived in Belarus, the state-run news agency PAP quoted its secretary as saying on Friday. The insurrection ended with an agreement that Wagner fighters, many recruited from prison, could move to Belarus if they wished. Advertisement scroll to continue. Russia has in recent weeks begun stationing tactical nuclear weapons in Belarus for the first time. The Kremlin said Putin would meet Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, with whom he speaks regularly, in Russia on Sunday. But as far as Belarus is concerned, it is part of the Union state. Unleashing aggression against Belarus will mean aggression against the Russian Federation, Putin said.
This post received a score of 10,000, with an upvote ratio of 94%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Losing a war you started at home? Start a second more serious war. Savvy genius.
He keeps running his mouth because he knows he's the only one looking for a fight. He knows NATO members would never go on the offensive here.
Exactly that. All that bullshit about needing to protect themselves from NATO. They all know it's bullshit and just wanna expand their shitty country into other nations.
To this day I'm really glad that the Baltic states had the foresight to join NATO, because if they didn't, they'd be having the same situation as Ukraine and Moldova today, having Russian separatists sowing discord in their borders.
Baltics would be straight-up puppet states by now. Would have been swallowed right before or after the Georgia invasion happened. And they've called us Russophobic for 3 decades. Smiley face.
Belarus Oblast.
Has it ever been any different since Lukashenko took power?
Well, he wanted Putin's spot, but when Putin got it he was stuck. In Lucas' future vision? He was president of New Soviet, not Putin.
I thought his career ambition was to be an unassigned colonel.
That became his ambition once he lost that power struggle with Putin. A way of stating, hey, I'm not a threat anymore, to the guy who poisons and defenestrates people he doesn't like. It's worked pretty well given how many people quote it to make him look like a pathetic sycophant. And that he's still alive, of course.
And being alive while being a rival to Putin puts him into an exclusive club.
So Putin says part of Poland a gift from Stalin he wants back. Wagner now in Belarus. But if Poland attacks Belarus, Russia will defend them? Just making sure I understand what Putin is setting up here. Not sure why he thinks he'd do better against angry Poles than he did against angry Ukrainians while almost his entire army is bogged down in Ukraine.
If he tried anything against angry Poles, he'll walk into Article 5.
Poland won't need Article 5 to clean Putin's army. Not trying to do a dick measurement contest here. Poland won't need any help.
As a Pole, given the option between a bloody war that could go on for years, cost the lives of hundreds of thousands of people and a quick 48-hour NATO victory, I'd like the 48-hour option please. With F-35s, German soldiers on our side, spy satellites and shit. With blackjack. And hookers.
Listen, maybe it's my dark humor, but I found it hilarious that you had to specify with German soldiers, on our side. Lol.
There's a first time for everything?
Don't knock it. The Germans have very efficient cars. They can get from Berlin to Warsaw in one tank.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.